From Memphis to Tulsa, this was day 7 of the Ronoc N Roadtrip. I'm Ronoc N Roll, and this is the Ronoc N Roadtrip, and this is Tulsa, Oklahoma, no longer Memphis, Tennessee. It took about 6 hours, 2 stops for gas, and some 400 miles to complete today's trip. I left Memphis at 11ish in the pouring rain, and once I'd crossed over the border to Arkansas about 10 minutes later, it was sunny, and I had sunny skies the rest of the trip. The highway was filled with big trucks and people who loved to ride my ass even though I was already going the speed limit of 80, but otherwise the ride was a breeze. I went to Chick-fil-A for lunch, which was right across the street from a Kroger, which I have never been to, but more on my finds at that grocery store later. This Kroger also marks about the halfway point of where I started in Maryland to LA, so we can celebrate that now too. My first fill up on gas was on the east side of Arkansas at a BP, and my second was a little closer to Tulsa, which was at a Love's. I had passed a lot of those on the way. I'd seen a lot of signs for them, but Love's I've never been to either. They had a lovely staff, pun intended, and now here are the 6 things that I got at both Kroger and Love's. Highland chocolate milk. It's like a deeper Swiss Miss hot chocolate if it was served cold. 7.5 out of 10. Primo Pasture's chocolate milk. This is an instance where being too fancy led to its detriment. This is just a milk that is definitely for a special occasion. 7 out of 10. I regret not getting a half gallon of this because this is one of the best chocolate milks I've ever tasted. It's got the quality of Horizon, but a better price point. It is delectable. I feel like a chocolate milk sommelier when I open the cap and I smell to get the body of it. It's a 10 out of 10. That's what I'm trying to say. It's 10 out of 10. Watermelon Hydro Monster. Just like any other drink in the same family, like a Red Bull or an actual caffeinated Monster, the watermelon flavor is exactly the same. It's fake and refreshing, and I have no problem with it. That's an 8 out of 10. Purple Passion Hydro Monster. Like anybody can assume, the purple color means it's going to taste like grape, but in this case, it just tastes like a classic grape popsicle, so 9 out of 10. And finally, Blue Streak Hydro Monster. Ew. 0.5 out of 10. I listened to more music today, too. Another suggestion from a friend of mine was Stand Atlantic. They are an Australian pop-punk band. I listened to their first 3 albums, Skinny Dipping, Pink Elephant, and Fear. What's cool about their sound is their first album is bare bones pop-punk, but over time they added electronic elements that kind of elevated their sound as a whole. Some of my favorite songs were Lavender Bones, Skinny Dipping, Hate Me Sometimes, and Switchblade. I highly suggest you check them out. Moving from obscure pop-punk band to one of the biggest names in the world, I also listened to Taylor Swift's new Midnights album. I love Jack Antonoff, and he produced it. Still not my favorite project of hers, definitely up there. But some of my favorite songs on this album were Snow on the Beach, Vigilante Shit, and Bejeweled. They are all pretty fun bops. Sorry, I'll stop talking about music and get back to the trip. Once I got into the hotel, I tried to open my door and I thought it was broken, but it wasn't. I just needed to put actual muscle into pushing the door, but because I'm a weak little baby, it didn't work the first time. After dropping my stuff in the room, I ran down the street to a store called Vintage Stock. I think it's a chain that only exists in Oklahoma, and that fact makes me want to step on a Lego. This store is all I need. Just like Orbit DVD in Asheville, it has DVDs, it has classic games, it has VHSs, it has CDs and records. I don't know what more I could ask for. I didn't take any pictures of the inside today, but don't worry because I will be going to their 2 other locations tomorrow. Here is what I got tonight. Keep in mind, I did restrain myself. Remember that Fountains of Wayne album that I really liked a couple days ago? Well, this is the one. It's called Welcome Interstate Managers, and it's a great pop rock album. I got The Sting on VHS because it's a great old movie and I think it's awesome to enjoy in all its grainy glory. And numbers 86, 87, and 88 of my Nicolas Cage DVD collection are Dog Eat Dog, Astro Boy, and Outcast. Dog Eat Dog with co-star Willem Dafoe is insane. Astro Boy is a fun watch to alone or with a family. And Outcast is such a bad movie that I didn't want to spend anything more than $4 on it. And today was the day I found it for $4. I couldn't go home without dinner, so I went around the corner to Whataburger, which I had never had. And I got a burger, which was just a plain and simple burger with cheese, a 7 out of 10. I got the fries, which were also pretty good fries, 7 out of 10. And the shake I got was a limited time white chocolate raspberry shake. Surprised me with how good it was. I'd say an 8 out of 10. So it's about midnight here, and I have a lot more planned for my one big day in Tulsa tomorrow. So I'm gonna cut it off here. But before I go to bed, somebody's hiney is crowding my icebox, and somebody's cold one is giving me chills. I guess I'll just close my eyes and go to bed. So I'll see you tomorrow. Love you.